Yeah, today for another Kickstarter Critique, where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out one of my favorite games of all time, getting a deluxeified, fully charged version, even though it already got like a 2.0 type of thing, which is kind of interesting. That is Dinosaur Island fully charged. 4 days left, 585% funded, 12th most popular project on games. Dinosaur Island is back and better than ever. Magnetic dinos that stay in place, neoprene mats, new game contents, and rebalanced rules. I don't remember the dinosaurs being a problem, but hey, whatevs. Cool. I still love to know the player length, the time count, the age, why I, as someone who doesn't know about Dinosaur Island, should care, such as all the awards that you were nominated for and that you won. But instead, I have a lot of purple redundant name, really. Like, we're taking up a solid 25% of everything with just your name, and it's there. Like, zoom in on something. Miniatures, components, anything. The price. The main image, I don't feel like is doing this any favors. Aside from, hey, it's 2 boxes and a sleeve. Not exciting. Is there solo mode? I don't know. They're going to make you click. Not a good choice when there's 200 other things competing for your money on Kickstarter right now. Just in games. Just in games. But this has raised $294,000, probably because everybody knows it's a great game that's played it. Like, if you played it, like, wow, that's a very well-designed game, I do believe. It's like one where you're like, whew, even if it's not for you, you get it. That thumbnail is hilarious. It's a box sleeve. Come on. Who's keeping them? Who's keeping them? I do sometimes, stupidly, and then I throw them away years later. Anywho, enough about me. As always in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. 79 seconds?
You thought it was dead. But Dinosaur Island is back from extinction.
Welcome to Dinosaur Island Fully Charged, the ultimate edition of our fan favorite game. Fully Charged packs in all content from the Extreme Edition.
Okay, so we are 16 seconds into a 79-second video, and I have yet to see anything. Like, something. Give me something. We're running out of time here.
Plus major component upgrades. Plastic magnetic dino meeples paired with metallic punch board, neoprene mats, and new cover art by Wanchai Moria. Even gameplay gets a boost. Introducing pack hunting carnivores.
Now we're talking. Tell me about the gameplay. That's what I want to hear. The upside down dino, I also think, is stupid enough to totally be deserving a spot on the main image. Like, we don't need it, but it's nice. Like, if there was just a shot of, like, hey, upside down dino, new deluxeified version, I would also then want to see the rest of your components, I think. If you're doing something that interesting and unique, you put it in the description, but I definitely think your main image is just not doing you any favors at all.
Powered up water dinos, new executives, specialists,
Awesome.
and even a
Expansion
solo
stuff.
mode.
Ooh, well, maybe we should mention that somewhere on the marquee that it plays 1 player, especially if I'm a fan of Dinosaur Island. Like, oh, now it's solo? Cool. And if I'm not, I'm like, oh, I like solo games. I've heard good things. Plus, you put this medal that you won on your front, which you didn't, because we need purple.
Whether you're a seasoned Dinosaur Island veteran or have yet to play the game, this is truly the best version yet.
Okay.
The award-winning board game that lets you build your own dinosaur theme park returns.
You guys don't stand a chance.
Research dino DNA, hire specialists, make dinosaurs, and entice visitors. But be careful. The bigger your park grows, the harder it is to contain your dinosaurs.
Oh man! A Giganosaurus just ate 4 visitors! It's Dino-tastic.
You're gonna sell me that, aren't you? It's hard for me to disassociate my love for this game. Like, if you, like, when I do a top 50 or 100 list, this will probably be in my top 50 if I really think about it hard enough. It's a fantastic game. Did that video sell me on it? I don't think it did. Like, as someone who doesn't know about the game, I don't think it did. As someone who does know about the game, I don't think it necessarily, like, I need to see way more. I don't feel like after the main image of the video, do I want it? I don't think you've done it for me yet. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Pandasaurus, I mean, you go to conventions, they got a lot of space. They're making some money. They got a couple evergreens they're knocking out. Good for them. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not too worried about that one, even though we will check the track record. Then how much is it? I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there. They like showing the color purple, so we didn't have room for the price in the main image. All right. What do we got? We have the Fox Experiment, Skate Summer, and Dinosaur World, and Dinosaur Island Roar Right. Yeah, so Dinosaur, to catch you up on the whole Dinosaur World ecosystem, so to speak, Dinosaur World came out, and then it had an expansion, I do believe. And then they turned it into a roll and write game, which is also very highly rated, by the way. Super highly rated. Like top 1,000, I think. And then they came out with another redone version of Dinosaur Island. I think that's how they call it, like 2.0, Dinosaur World. They'll say it here. Which makes it weird that they're like, oh yeah, we're going back to this one, but whatever. Dinosaur Island, can you do it? More importantly, scientists, should you do it? Yeah, absolutely should you do it. What if like a pterodactyl can cure cancer, right? What if they're really smart? I just got an email yesterday from Zatu on behalf of Pandasaurus. Now as I read about the second fix kit, it is clear, I hope, from Germany. Any news regarding the second fix kit? But they're doing good customer service here. 12 days ago. I share your frustrations. They clearly aren't going to make any updates or just going to ignore all the comments asking them to. I like a lot of the games they produce, but I won't buy from Pandasaurus after how this was handled. If I want one of their games, I'll have to wait to get it off the secondary market so the sale doesn't go to them. And yeah, Pandasaurus is always, I feel like, got that extra little check mark in the back of your brain of, I can get that, I can totally get that after the fact, right? Which is a good thing. That means your company is healthy. If it's, people can easily get your games after they hit Kickstarter, but at the same time, it puts you up against the gun of trying to convince people that they should go through all the stupid hoops of Kickstarter when they already have a shelf full of games that they probably haven't played, and that's hard to do. They'll never get another dime from me. I'll feel sorry. Anyone back in their current campaign, throw my copy in the trash. Terrible company, terrible product, terrible campaign. Never again. Wow, what's so mad? Why no actual Kickstarter update about fix kits? We deserve answers, and backers deserve a notification about it. About digging through comments. Did they just recently do it? Because I was just like, great customer service 12 days ago. Oh, December 26th, the pin one. Okay, pin one. Oh, that's the most recent. It's out then. Fix kit samples have arrived. Okay, if you ordered samples for fix kits the day after Christmas last year, I feel like there should at least be one more update, update 32, filling us in about those said kit samples that presumably I want/need to play my game. And the fact that there's not immediately makes me take back my great customer service I said earlier. They have officially yin and yanged it. Any news on fix kits being sent out? I've not had any updates. Yeah, 2 months ago. The fix kits are ready. Kindly send an email to here so that we can check on the status of yours. Not a good look. It's not a terrible look, but it's not great. Found out about this from the same Facebook post that Jacqueline did. I moved since the Kickstarter delivered and never got my replacement. Yeah. So it sounds like they were trying to be like, oh yeah, there's you can get it. You just gotta go jump through a couple hoops and buy. Like that's what it looks like. Because tell Cynical Forest that I am wrong and that there is a different good reason that they have not updated their backers in 9 months, like 9+. Like this is not great. Once again, it sucks, but hey, it's now we know. But the game is out. I'm pretty sure I've seen the Fox Experiment out in the wild. We got Skate Summer, and then Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island Roar and Write, which made $1 million. Good for them. Why is my computer going so slow? There we go. Check out the comments on this one. Make sure people got their stuff. I still haven't received my game and have been emailing support with no response. I have the Fox Experiment now, though, and I've also enjoyed Dinosaur World for a long time now. This is strange. I've had Pandasaurus Ghost be like this. No updates, no responses, no game. You guys are bad at this. I'm charging back and never changing. I just noticed I blocked my Pandasaurus on Twitter. Hey, fun fact, Joey, me too. There's one board game company I know of in the whole universe that's blocked me, and it's Pandasaurus. Why? I don't know. I think it was one of their previous PR people did not like me, but yeah. Baffling. I found it out one day when I was trying to tag one of their things. I was like, oh, this game's great. I was like, oh, I'm blocked. So I feel your pain, Joey. They must have blocked me when I was trying to get support with the game, and they figured it was easier to just block me. I feel sorry. This was 2 years ago, so take this all with a grain of salt. But, you know, when the salt tastes better than the thing you're taking it with, I don't know if that's a good thing. Let's look. I'm sure Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island Roar and Write went absolutely swimmingly. First, I want to say thank you for a good Kickstarter with Dinosaur World. However, I noticed the last time I played with 4 players, they were missing a 2-coin thing. I also wrote to you, and you did not write back. So I wrote to you, and then I wrote to you here, and both times you just ignored me. Thank you. Backer, sorry for the late reply. My beautiful wife, Susan, passed in January 2022. I've been overwhelmed and depressed. Long story short, they didn't respond, Patrick. Will there be I'm not trying to laugh. I don't want to put fun at that, but at the same time, I'm not going to just sit here and read his email address, But it's man, that's why, just send a reminder. Hey, once every 2 weeks, somebody just go back through the past Kickstarter comments to see if anybody said anything that you possibly need to respond to, right? All right. Hi, Bags Project, supporting you and waited patiently. Now I see people are receiving them and I have not got mine. I ask and you say too late because I did not complete my pledge manager. That seems unfair and unethical. I would like to please pay the shipping you are requesting and set my pledge. Or if you are unwilling or unable to fill it, then please kindly refund my $70. It seems wrongs to me that I support you and then just say too bad, out of luck, and unwilling to make it right. Sounds like you made a mistake and decided to blame them. Haha. Oh man, as someone who supposedly has an influence on social media and in fact hundreds of games, you really should know what to expect when it comes to completing your pledge manager. Those prices only last during that time since they can ship in scales and one-offs. Okay, so that one's a different complaint. But either way, it's not, hey, this game is so great, we love it. And it does look like they have, yeah, this is their first Kickstarter in 3 years? Interesting. So they're back on Kickstarter, running from that previous track record, and they did it. $686. Wow! Oh, this is from, I was going to say, that's the Fox experiment. It's $686. No. This one, $295. Still very good. All right, so can you do it? Yeah, but I hope you don't have customer service issues, because good luck. Good luck. The definitive edition of the best dinosaur theme park board game, Dinosaur Island, fully charged, and it seems like from those comments that it was a shift at some point where someone probably lost their job and then someone else took over and someone else isn't as good as the other person was. At least that's what it seems to me based on what that said. That's just a note. Draft DNA, make dinosaurs, hire specialists, and keep your guests safe. Hey, look, we took the components from the rule booklet and put it here. That's a choice. Maybe zoom in. Maybe make this, really nice and fun to go through. Maybe combine, interweave that. Okay, now this is good. Those are good shots. A modern classic upgrade. Dinosaur Island is one of the most beloved strategy games of modern board gaming. A top 200 strategy game on Board Game Geek. Thank you for not telling me up there before that. That's what I'm saying. This is rarefied air style game that I just immediately, for that main image, just feels like it's not giving it the respect it deserves, and that is not a good choice. This is a game that literally was released 8 years ago, and there's so many people who are going to see this and have no idea anything about this game, and if you're just like, oh yeah, there's a how to play video on it, it won these are Game of the Year nominee, thematic strategy board game, all these didn't win any of them, but who cares? You could just blow me away with one graphic. We were nominated for all these from different publications. It was spectacular, and I'm sure the expansion probably got some nominations as well. I just feel like that video and that main image don't do nearly enough and do so much other stuff that's neither here nor there. It just doesn't feel like a good video the more I look at this. It's just a lot of text, which is fine. It's fine. I don't know the price yet. I don't know anything that I really want to know. They just Kickstarter exclusive, meaning once it's gone, it's gone. We won't be releasing to the distribution on its margins. Don't work discounts. Then put that all in text. Put that all in big, bold, near the price of why I should get it. So the original review. Thank you for not taking any quotes out of here. I'm sure a glowing quote from Tom Vassell is probably somewhere in here that you could have put in here, and you didn't get it. You didn't take the time to pick through the quote to get it. Or maybe it's down below, in which case, why? Why is it buried down there? This is a really simple task that I feel like if I were going to try and republish a massively popular game, I would obviously do. And and I don't feel like I'm sure Richard had a glowing quote as well. I'm sure there's glowing quotes about the expansions. I would put this video front and center, by the way. Oh, by the way, as soon as you get it, well, I guess that is a little bit different because you changed the rules, but most people aren't even going to think about that, so who cares? Give me the nitty-gritty gameplay changes. Wow. Thanks for not putting the video. You now score the VP when you make a dinosaur, so it's like, yeah, just a big wall of text there if you want to know how the sausage made. Will there be an upgrade kit? There is. It does not include any of the component upgrades, but does include the necessary components of the small shipping box update. Why is this just now kind of just thrown in here? That feels like such a poor choice to me. Because what you're saying is, yeah, if you just want to upgrade yours, you don't want to have to spend all the extra money to do this, we got you. But it's buried here. I'm 16 minutes in and I'm trying to read through this and it's like, oh, there is? Now, granted, I'd probably find it over here eventually, but it gives you good faith, goodwill, which I think you need because this clearly does not look like a 2025 big deal Kickstarter, I don't think. And that seems harsh, but if you go look at some other quote-unquote big ones, I feel like there's just more polish to it and like the text is at least like, is this the shipping? Like, this is the shipping section? Like, we couldn't get a graphic? You couldn't type this out at least in like some sort of form? Like, all right, let me hit enter a couple times and write shipping chart, then ... enter United States of America, -- 20. You could have done that. Like, anything would have looked better than, okay, thank you for giving me a paragraph to read through. Like, it's just all these little tiny things, and it combined with that customer service on the last three, all looking shoddy. I wasn't concerned, and I'm still not because I got $250,000 to reprint this game, but there's some flags there that I've seen in other companies that are concerning. When you have to cut around the margins in certain areas, it can show up, especially if you're like me and you look at stuff really in depth. For upgrade kits, I would assume shipping will be sub $15. Thank you for assuming. It's not like you're running a $200,000 Kickstarter project and you couldn't, like, this feels like a 2015 Kickstarter project that was really good. Dinosaur Games is a nearly 15-year board game publisher. Yeah, they broke out on Kickstarter. They were the first huge, massive Kickstarter stories with Tammany Hall way back in the day. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, we could just reprint stuff. And then now there's companies built on top of companies that do this exact thing. And what I mean by that is there's companies that have spun off into other companies to cover different types. Like, it's just, and they were one of the first. I will put some damn respect to their name. When it comes back to reprinting stuff, they were one of the first, if not the first that I remember. So $40, that's not bad at all. 1,284 people, that's probably going to be the majority because I don't think you sold this game very well to new people. 1460, nope, you got it. 150, that's a great price. Why is that buried? Why is that hidden? Is that the Deluxeified? That's the Deluxeified. I 2/3 of a point grade bump down just for so many mind-boggling decisions. Do we need a pledge area? Nah, 2025, who the hell needs that anymore? Like, you could literally put on the front all the awards this won, an upside-down dinosaur. Just tell me, this is Dinosaur Island, refined, deluxeified, the ultimate perfect edition with magnetic things, and it's $150, and we're done. There's so many people that we're done, especially, I imagine, a huge chunk of people who potentially bought Dinosaur Island, didn't buy the expansion, don't have any promos or anything like that, and they would just jump in on this. If you just made it easier to open my wallet, and I don't think you did. Ouch. This project just, it's cool. We're making it in Dutch. We're making it in French because and that's a really interesting decision too. I think it's a good decision because you publish in different languages. You know it's going to be a very popular game, but it's just, we don't typically see it done that way. I have nothing to comment on it other than that. So we got the FAQ updates comments. Is there an upgrade kit? Wow. That's your frequently asked question? Maybe let's go roll this tape back about 5 minutes where I said, maybe you should spotlight this because this is what the majority of backers are probably going to buy, especially if you actually spotlighted it properly. Because now, I wonder how many people just were like, I don't see anything about an upgrade kit, like, and put it on the main image. $40 upgrade kit, $150, ultimate magnetic version. It sells itself. There's awards, there's quotes, there's so much. There's your stellar track record of games at Pandasaurus Games as a publisher that you could point to. And it is going to be embarrassment of riches when I look at it. I guarantee you. Well, I don't care. Get to your games. Jesus. Why do you have such large pictures of yourself in there? That was obnoxious. They were so big. Okay, because this is what people want to see. 264, 268, 271, 344, 428, 498, 541, 609, 716, 835, 878, 911, 944, 962, 968. So we have like 13 games that we've published or brought out in different companies. Nobody really cares. It's just the fact that you're attached to them. In the top 1,000 of all time, including the game you're purchasing that's won awards that Tom Bassel probably has some overly smoochy quote for, and so does Richard, and so does like, and if you wanted to even go more than that, like, look at all these pictures you show. Here's some of our amazing things that we have published that people have loved in the top two. You didn't do any of that. You didn't do any of that, and I can't give them a pass. It's just simply inexcusable, and it feels like a rough draft. It feels like a lazy rough draft. It really does. Kind of odd that they just didn't make a big box for it. That too. Like, people love big boxes. It's the ultimate version. Like, it's just, there's so many mind-boggling choices with this, and it's just, and I wonder if they did that so they could sell them individually after the fact. That would be my best bet. And it's like, oh yeah, if we do a big box, then we just have the big box. Whereas if we do this Kickstarter version and we tell people we're never, ever, 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 ever gonna make it again, we still, we'll probably have hundreds, thousands of these sitting around, which we can sell in the back end, because I imagine they're going to mass produce the living snot out of this, because, and then retire it, right? Which makes sense from a company perspective, especially if they have segued from Dinosaur World to Dinosaur Island, which once again is the refined, quote unquote, perfected version of Dinosaur Island, even though it's lower rated, but this came out at a different time, but it's still top 1,000. It's still amazing. So this is, yeah. So I don't know. All right, the final countdown. I don't know if that's the play. They're leaning into. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem if they're having to like downsize, and so they lean into like the whole mom and pop. Like, it's not as polished or refined as it used to be, because we as a company have had to shrink. The companies have blah blah blah. If that's in fact even the case, but it's just, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel as professional as a lot of other ones, and that's coming from Mr. Unprofessional, right? So I'm like, I'm not judging, it's just, it's an observation I make, and I imagine there are people who do judge it, especially people who have been burned by, that's everyone on Kickstarter's been burned pretty much. As we break at the final week-ish of the campaign, I once again want to thank you for all your support. The campaign has been amazing. First, I want to talk about the biggest rules tweak we're making to the game. That's butts and seats. That's what I need to know. Update schedule. Like, I'm done. Moving on. Update schedule for the final week. We'll talk about some stuff. What's in the upgrade kit? Why is this in the update? Why isn't, like, once again, this is industry standard. There's a graphic. Here's what we're doing on this day. We're unlocking this on this day. We're going to dive into this on this day. That's like industry standard. And I was at Gen Con. They have a massive area, a massive chunk. They're doing fine, it appears, financially. But I can't help but feel like, look at this update. Like, if I just said, this is the update. You want to read this? What's in the upgrade kit? What's in the upgrade kit? Really? On October 2nd, when you launched on September 15th, we're just now. And then here's a big wall of text about what it is. Like, I want to see if we're going to go back, and I want to see if they're running this through some third-party person, because a lot of times companies will do that. They will hand it off to a social media third-party person who says, I can, I got my thumb on the things. I've got email lists. I could do this. I could run your thing. Because I've actually done that. I offered to be a collaborator on some stuff like that. Not run the whole show, but and I wonder if they are, because if they are, that's a mental note I want to make. Will the upgrade pack be available in both languages? I want to sound like a broken record, but could we please get an update on the storage solution? The organizer in the original Dinosaur Island was not great, to say it nicely. I'm really excited this version has a much needed improvement over the old one. Please let us know what they can actually expect this time around. Yeah, you're selling me a deluxeified version. You don't have a rough drawing, a rough schematic from your factory? As a dude who literally worked for a Chinese factory, I was on the show floor. I was on the floor of the manufacturer watching the machines work. It's not hard. Customer says, hey, can you get us a rough draft of what this is going to look like? Especially a customer who I know has the potential to do $1 million projects. That's easy. That is like, it's just, and the fact that they haven't answered it, they haven't come in here and respond like, oh, here's what we're thinking. We got the, like, just to type it out. Give me this, type it out, something. Like the customer service on this one, it's lacking. Please make available, including all meeples. Will the upgrade kit have a guide along the lines of taking these old items? Big rules changed, but most likely an improvement of the original. And just thank you. That's what we got. That's the... Did she post thank you to... Oh, that was a collaborator saying thank you for the update to Churn. And they were the first comment. I'm not up to date with what is and isn't cringe anymore, but that feels a bit cringe to me. I do it all the time. I write first on my videos just to be a little cheeky and clowny, and maybe but that's not what they were doing, right? Like I don't know, it's weird. I get it. Trying to churn it. Would really love to see more the neoprene bats available as an add-on for the previous backers of this project. Yeah. I mean, as an upgrade, like add-ons, like going back to, hey, industry standard. Was there an add-on section? Was it mentioned in the shipping diary that I was written? Like this is, it's not like this is a $7,000 project. And I was like, oh yeah, we made $11,000, so we had a couple stretch goals. They're $200K, nearly $300K, and it makes you wonder how much more it could be if there was just that extra level of polish and graphics and better image, a different, like, how much time was put in that video as opposed to this page? Because I go back to that video and it had some moments where it's like, okay, you put a lot of effort into this, and it's like when I see really, really big pieces of artwork in a rule booklet. That's essentially saying to your customers, I wrote a perfect rule booklet, so we just had space for artwork. Because if you didn't, I'm like, oh wow, that giant dragon head sure would be a perfect spot for a graphic showcasing how their warfare works. Or just like so when you don't stick the landing on the story, which I don't think they did, I don't think there'd be many people who'd be like, yeah, they crushed it. Perfect, 10 out of 10. Like, we've used pleasure measure for kick track. Will this victory point tracker be magnetic? Yep. Hey, sorry for asking me, but I'm curious to see what... Side people are getting promos and Space Raptors is a little sad because it's stuff I've already sought out and purchased. Excited for the upgrade kit. I need to know about the insert, if anything will fit. I asked if everything would fit. Really excited. I have Roar and Right and love it. What I'm saying is, when's the last time they really chimed in? Okay, so they're in here 4 days ago. Weekend-ish. Whatevs. Dinosaur Games has an odd selection of games that they own. They do. They do, but once again, we got to go with the grade. Do I want it? I love this game. Period. I don't think I played with the expansion maybe once without all the bells and whistles, but I think I played it once. And I loved it then. I love it now. I think Jonathan Gilmour is in my top 5-ish, maybe he's in 6, 7 game designers. I think he's fantastic. Go check out his Wasteland one too. Post-apocalyptic Wasteland with the cars racing around. Great game too. Great game designer. Nice person as well. Met him a couple times. But, anywho, do I want it? Yeah. But not because of what you did. You had so much good to discuss, and you just didn't. And, oh, maybe that's it. So the other one was heavier? I don't know. Maybe that's something you could have told me in the video, too. Like, or in the other story, like, hey, what's the difference between this and the other one? It's like, well, this one was a more heavy version. This one's, like, you could have, like, all these awards, all the quotes, all your track record that you could have spotlighted. There's so much good stuff that you could have spotlighted to make me convinced on the can you do it. But instead, when I go digging through your comment section of previous things, it's a consistency of not great. Just not great. And then a big 3-year gap of not being on Kickstarter, maybe to fulfill stuff. Who knows? In which case, that's great. That's to be commended. Love it. Or maybe, who knows why. But there is clearly just not as much polish on this Kickstarter page as as you would expect there to be, especially for a game as prestigious as 263. Like, you click on this and it's going to be banger after banger after banger. Just great, fantastic, excellent Micromac of crap. Like, I didn't get Flamme Rouge. I don't know why. It didn't hit with me. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if they didn't spotlight it well at all. They didn't spotlight the designer well. Like, you could have just spotlighted Jonathan Gilmour. Like, he's got, like, you could be like, here's our track record, and here's this game designer's track record, because I'm pretty sure he's got a couple pounded around. Yeah, dead a winner, anyone? You know, like, hey, he's the designer of 5 of the top 2,000 games of all time. Like, you could have done so much, and you didn't. You didn't do any of it. And what's worse is the industry standard that you would probably be quote-unquote expected to do. I don't feel like you even got to that point. And essentially we get to one of these video game intellectual property Kickstarters where it's like, yeah, people are backing because you have the thing they really, really, really freaking want. But that's why do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried. But they're on my watch now of like, huh. Like, are there, like, because these feel like tiny red flags. It's like, oh, yeah. Like, I'm sure if I went back and watched some of my old CMON videos or Mythic Games videos back then, like, yeah, there were definitely some stuff that we could see. So can you do it? Yes, I'll give that one a nod. Even though it looks like the customer service is going to be a bear and you're going to have to pound on their door to get help if it happens. How much is it? It's a great price that you didn't spotlight very well at all. And you have an upgrade kit, which is inevitably going to be what majority of people want, which actually has a pretty reasonable price, which you also did not spotlight hardly at all, to the point that you felt the need to put it as your only FAQ question, on top of the fact you don't have a pledge area, you don't have pictures of the things. You like these are just, what? What? Who was the second set of eyeballs? It was like, this one looks like it's good to go. Let's launch it. Like, somebody needs to take the wheel. Marketing coordinator. I don't know if they have their fingers in the Kickstarter, but, oh no, it'd be I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But there's a mental note in my head. Photo grade is not good. Like, there's no quotes. There's no awards. There's no hardly any at all spotlighting the publisher itself and what they've done and what the designer's done. Buried Rodney Smith How to Play video because, you know, it's not like he's the gold standard. And at one point you probably paid a huge chunk of money. And I know the rules are going to be slightly different, but that's why you put this video right next to a nice little graphic showcasing the rule changes. So it's a nice fuzzy warm blanket that you could have gave me, you should have gave me, but you didn't give me, and why I'm giving you a D. Dinosaur Island, D for damn disappointment, and that sucks because it is a great game and you should go get it. Like, I don't know if you need the magnetic. You could probably get one of the secondhand versions from the thousands of people who are jumping off the ship now, but old version, new version, can't recommend the game enough. As for this Kickstarter, D. Let me know what your final grade is in the comments down below. And if you have a request for a Kickstarter, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Right now, I got none loaded up in the chamber. Going to be putting a whole bunch of them in there over the next day or two. So if you got one, even if it's close to ending, let me know. And have a good one. Bye-bye.